Right, hello. So what's been going on? I guess uh, some of the states are suffering. Texas is having some weird weather. I guess it's part of this what they call this climate changing. So people are going to experience weird weather changes going forward. But it has been happening, right? Vaccines are rolling out, which is good. So today, let's see. I was thinking I would work a little bit more on core. We'll do maybe a little bit of Pilates. I'm not a Pilates expert, but I picked up some like leg strengthening exercises from some Pilates classes. So I was thinking I'd include that today. And then maybe we haven't done crow for a while. So maybe we'll work our way into crow, a nice hand balance. So just start off sitting nice and tall, getting length in the spine. So I like to just rest my hands on my knees, creating a circle with the index finger and the thumb. Length in the spine, natural curve of the spine. So we're not straightening the spine. We're still trying to get that natural curve in the lower back, broadening across the collarbone. Chin slightly tucked, head back, just trying to keep the neck nicely lined up with the rest of the back. And then bring all your attention to the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Long, slow, deep breaths. So what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in, maybe for a count of 3 or 4, and breathe out through the mouth for a slightly longer count. Whenever you're ready, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just go at your pace. Regular breathing. That kind of technique is a calming breath. It relaxes you, relaxes the muscles. So, do that from time to time. It reduces stress. And a few neck stretches. Start bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. And you're just letting the weight of the head stretch the neck out. You're letting the head get heavier with each breath. Shoulders are soft, shoulders are relaxed. Try not to hunch up the shoulders. Inhale the head up, exhale over to the other side. Inhale, head up. Exhale, turn the head in one direction, looking over one shoulder. You're trying to keep both shoulders facing forward as you turn the head. Trying to look behind you. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you turn the head in the other direction. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bringing the chin to the chest. And then we're just going to slowly rotate the head in one direction. Take your time. And just notice any of those little creaks, cracks, any tightness. Just trying to loosen up. And we're going to end up with the chin at the chest and circle in the other direction. And again, we end up with the chin at the chest. We bring the head back up to neutral and just work on the shoulders a little bit. As you know, I like to work on one shoulder at a time to begin with. I'm bringing my right shoulder forward, up, back and down. And then I'll work on the other shoulder. And then maybe both together, up and down, whatever feels good. Just loosen up. Okay, a little bit of leg work. So what we're going to do, let me just do a little bit of a demo. So we'll be on our side, on your forearm, well, on your arm like this, supporting the head, or you can bring the head down. It's up to you. We'll bring both legs slightly forward of the hips, so they hinge slightly forward of the hips. So we'll start working on the bottom leg. You'll bring the top leg down and in front, and we'll do some lifts and circles. Then we'll work on the top leg, up and down, hold, circles, maybe pull the knee in, straighten it, we'll see, and then pull the knees in and do some clamshells. That's going to work on the glutes there. So we'll start off on one side. Whenever you're ready, as the legs are slightly forward, so you're not totally straight, you bring the legs slightly forward, and then you bring the top leg in front of the bottom leg, and we're just going to start bringing that bottom leg up and down. And this is going to work the inner muscles of that bottom leg. You're going to find muscles that you don't normally use unless you're used to this. Just bringing that leg up and down. Now we're going to rotate in one direction. I usually do about 10 of these. We rotate in the other direction. Now you're probably starting to feel it. And then we come up and down a few more times. Don't forget, stop anytime if you need to. And then we hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I can really feel it on the inside of the leg there. Muscles you thought you never had. Okay, legs stacked. We bring the top leg up and down. Let's do another 10. And then we're going to circle. So quite big circles in one direction. Not too fast, so I do about 10 of these. I'm feeling it already. And then the other direction. And then bring the leg up and down again. But this time hold the leg higher, so just do little pulses. Not taking the leg all the way down this time. And then just bring the knee in and straighten the leg. Knee in and straighten. Okay, clamshells. Both knees come in. And the inside of the feet keep in contact. You bring one knee up and the top knee up and down. It's like a clamshell. And this is going to work. All these working when you're doing the top leg, it's working the glutes, in particular the medius glute. When we're lying on our front, maybe we'll do that after these. Just lifting the leg up. That's the gluteus maximus glutes. Anyway, it's still working the glutes. Okay, other side. So we're going to flip onto our other side, and we'll work the bottom leg, the inside of the bottom leg. You pull the top leg in, leg slightly forward of the hips, slightly hinged, and we bring that bottom leg up and down, working the inner leg muscles. Then we rotate, just making circles. We circle in the other direction. up and down again. And then we're going to work on the top leg, so we stack the legs, again, legs slightly forward of hips. We bring the top leg up and down. Working the outside of the leg and the glutes. Circle that top leg. Other direction. Up and down a few more times. This time hold it a little bit higher. Don't take it all the way down. A little like smaller pulses. And then pull the knee in and extend the leg. In, extend. And then clamshells. Pull both knees in closer. Feet stacked. And you're just lifting the knee up and down. Feel it in those glutes there. Side hip. Okay, on face down, head is rested. I like to just rest my forehead on my hands, and we're just going to bring the right leg up and down, just little pulses here. This is going to work different muscles, a little bit more on the glutes but also lower back muscles. And then we're just going to hold the legs still for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We bring the leg down, other leg up and down. And then we just hold the leg up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Totally relax. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Come into child's pose for about 3 breaths. Back onto your hands and knees. Cat-cow. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, round in the back, tucking the chin. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're trying to get that movement starting from the base of the spine, working its way through up into the neck. Just like a wave. Just trying to get a little bit of mobility there. Just oiling those joints. Trying to go a little bit deeper, especially into cat with each breath. Okay, a bit more back stabilization. Make sure there's room behind you. We're just going to bring that right leg up, hips nice and even to the ground. You're looking between the hands. You're pushing the hands into the mat. Don't sink between the shoulders. And if you want a little bit more challenge, opposite arm comes up. Reaching with that arm, reaching with that leg. We switch. Other leg up. Really try and keep those hips equal distance to the ground. Try not to bring that other leg up too high. Focus on that area between the shoulders. Pull that up towards the ceiling. Opposite arm comes up if you want, optional. A little bit more challenging to keep still like this. Do what you can. Thumb is up towards the ceiling. It's like you're hitchhiking a ride. And then we bring that hand down. Come onto your back. So we'll do what I call these mini cat-cows. We've been doing this more often. So basically cat-cow, but we're on our backs. So you can't move quite so much. You've got to keep the tailbone on the ground. As you inhale, you're pushing the lower back into the ground. Tailbone is down. As you exhale, lower back is up. So you can even slide your hand underneath the lower back, but the tailbone is still on the ground. Inhale, push into the ground. Exhale, lower back up. Just go at your pace, moving with the breath. As you inhale, you're really engaging those core muscles. You're feeling those abs tighten up. Inhale, pushing into the ground. Exhale, come up. On the next inhale, we push into the ground, but this time we bring the hips up off the ground, just like bridge. And on the exhale, we slowly come down. Again, you're getting that little gap at the end of the exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Now, ideally, you want to keep the gaze towards the ceiling. Try not to turn the head. And you're just coming up and down with the breath. Inhaling as you come up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just before you come up, you're pushing that lower back into the ground, engaging those muscles to bring you up. Exhale, slowly coming down, and you get a little gap underneath the lower back. A couple more times. Now this time we're going to hold bridge. So you're inhaling, you're coming up. You interlace the hands, you walk the shoulders nice and close. Maybe take a couple of times to walk those shoulders and hands in. Push the arms, hands into the mat as much as you can. Head is pushed in, as I say, gaze towards the ceiling. Legs parallel, feet glued to the mat, you're pulling the feet in. Glutes are working, and just breathe. We slowly come down, releasing the arms, bring down the upper back, mid back, lower back. Pull the knees in nice and close. Take hold of the back of the legs and rock yourself into boat. Balancing on the sit bones. If you have any back concerns, you keep hold of the legs. If your back is good, arms either side of the legs. You're trying to keep the back as neutral as you can. More challenge. You straighten the legs, you higher the legs, you breathe. We cross the legs, we bring the hands either side of the hips, and we lift the hips off the ground. Briefly. Back into boat. If you can lift the hips up, I'll give you an extra star. Don't forget to breathe. One more time, cross the legs, hands either side of you, and then engage that core. Bring those hips up. Pull the legs in. Come onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Let's walk the dog. Bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Just pedaling the legs. Take your time. Feeling those calf muscles stretch out. Should feel good. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Half salute. Inhale, sweep those arms up, reach towards the ceiling. Exhale as you hinge forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, into mountain. Inhale, reach up, try and touch the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale as we fold forward again. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, we come all the way up. Exhale, mountain. Let's do a few lunge salutes. So I'm just going to change the direction of my mats. We're going to come to the front of the mats. Into chair, we bend the knees. Inhale as we sweep the arms up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. We bring the knees down. You're keeping the elbows in close. The chin, chest comes forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, back into plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, back into plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We hold down dog for about 3 breaths. Some of you are going to hold down dog. Some of you maybe do that little vinyasa. Plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. If you're in down dog, you're pushing the hands into the ground, armpits towards the ground. Arms are active. You're looking between the legs. You're keeping the back neutral. Breathe. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Knees stay bent, we're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we're in plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. This time high lunge. Back knee stays off the ground if you want. If you prefer, take that back knee down. Back into plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, you sweep that foot through. Back knee off the ground, high lunge. Come back into plank. Knees down, chin, chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. So we're getting warmed. We're generating that internal heat. Hang out in down dog. We look forward, we walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees stay bent. We're back in chair. And then we come back into mountain. Okay. Take it easy, just modify it as you need to. Just to, keep with where you're at. You want a bit of a challenge, but don't overdo it. That's the secret of yoga, knowing what you can do. We're going to hold the lunges this time, a little bit longer. Into chair. Inhaling as the arms come up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Let's hold plank. So plank, I'm trying to get the toes directly underneath the heels. So I'm just wiggling my toes back. Shoulders are over the wrists. Try not to let the shoulders come forward of the wrists. To get into Chaturanga, we start bringing the whole body forward. Then I'm trying to turn my hands out. Keep the elbows in. Don't let the elbows go out like this. Keep the elbows in as you come into Chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, hips are off the ground, arms are straight. Engage that core as you exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling, extended down dog. Exhale, we sweep that foot through, back knee down. We're in a low lunge. Hands on that front knee. So if this is going to stretch out the front of that back leg. If this is too intense, just bring the hands down to the ground, like this. Make it easy. If you want a little bit more challenge, you can bring the arms up. And you can look up, adding a little bit more of a back bend. Another thing we can do is we can bring that back knee off the ground. Even more of a challenge. So we've got all those choices. If you have the knee up, bring the knee down. The twist. What I do, if your right foot is forward, I'm going to twist to the right. I'm going to take my right hand, push it into the outer upper thigh so I can get a little bit deeper into that twist. So I'm trying to get the outer of my upper arm onto the outer leg. Palms together, elbow up towards the ceiling. You're looking towards the side of the room, into a nice twist. If you want a little bit more challenge here, back knee comes off the ground and breathe. We slowly lower the knee. We bring the hands either side of the front foot. We come back into plank. Chaturanga, or knees, chin, chest to ground. Keep those elbows in. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, or your other leg. Bring that foot through into the lunge. We'll hold the lunge. Easy lunge. Next step. Following step. And then the ultimate, bringing that back knee off the ground. You've got to work those muscles to keep raised. You're still feeling that stretch at the front of that back leg. Into the twist. I'm pushing my left hand into my left thigh. Sometimes my belly sticks to my leg, so I'm trying to free that area with my thumb. Into the twist, left elbow up towards the ceiling, and if you want, back knee comes off the ground. Don't forget to breathe. We lower the knee, we come back into plank, Chaturanga, inhaling into up dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Hold down dog for a breath or two. And then let's just take a little break. Come into child's pose. And then we slowly come back up. So I've been doing eagle pose a little bit more often, and what I'm finding, and yoga with yoga you find where you're not totally balanced, And I can always do one side better than the other side. So I'm practicing eagle a bit more, trying to bring a little bit of balance. Let's just work on the arms to begin with, eagle arms. We've done lots of chair. We'll work on the arms and then we'll do full eagle. Arms to either side, so you can sit legs crossed or you can sit on the heels. We bring the right arm under the left arm, and you either get the back of the hands parallel or the palms. So I've got my right fingers on the inside of my left palm. Next, see if you can touch the nose with the thumb, and then just bring the arms up for about 3 or 4 breaths. Nice shoulder stretch. You're going to feel it across the upper back between the shoulder blades. And we bring the arms down. We extend the arms out to the side. We bring the left arm under the right arm, back of the hands parallel, or the palms. My left finger's on the inside of my right palm. I'm going to try and touch my nose with my thumb and then bring the arms up. And release. And just loosen up the shoulders again. Interlace the fingers behind you. Start hinging at the hips, looking up. Go as far as you can, and then tuck the chin as you bring the arms up to the ceiling. We slowly come back up. Let's work our way into eagle. Come onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale folding forward. Knees bent. We're in chair. And then we come all the way up. Full eagle, Garudasana. Extend the arms. Usually I go into the arms first. Then I work on the legs. We bring the right arm under the left arm. Hands parallel. We come into chair. You can stay here. If you want to add the legs, we bring the right leg on top. We squeeze those legs together and we try and hook that top foot behind the standing leg. Just if your knee is good and you have the flexibility. We then touch the nose, and just like before with the arms, we bring the arms up for 3 or 4 breaths. And release. Eagle is challenging. There's a lot going on. Shoulder stretch, arm stretches, hip stretches, balance challenges. Extend the arms. Bring the left arm under the right arm. So if the left arm goes underneath, that means the left leg goes on top. Sorry, if the left arm goes underneath the right arm, then the left leg goes on top of the right leg. That makes sense. So we're bouncing on the right foot, we bring the left leg on top, we squeeze the legs, and we try and hook that foot. There we go, got it. Sometimes I struggle with this side. See if you can touch the nose with the thumb, and then bring the legs up. 4 breaths. And release. So my balance wasn't quite so good on that side. Okay, shake the arms out, shake the legs out. Okay, while we're here, let's do tree. We're going to bounce on the left foot. Right foot is inside the leg, below the knee, or above the knee. Skin on skin is good. The foot is inside Top foot is inside the leg. You find focus, look at something not moving. Engage the muscles of that standing leg, and whenever you're ready, the arms come up. That standing leg is working, you're engaging those quads. Try not to lock the knee. Although the knee is active, try not to hyperextend. Keep those joints nice and safe. We bring the hands down. We bring the legs down and we just shake out again. Other side, we're on the right foot. The left foot is inside the leg, below or above the knee. So I say skin on skin is good. You've got more friction. The foot doesn't slide down the leg. I'm trying to keep my top foot inside the leg, so I've got hip opening. Muscles of that standing leg working. Broaden across the collarbone. And whenever you're ready, the arms come up. And breathe. Find something stationary to gaze at that helps with the balance. You're going to feel that leg working, that standing leg working, maybe in the calf muscle, the ankle, and then we release, and we shake everything out again. Okay, let me move the mat again, and what we're going to do, we're going to work our way into crow. We haven't done this for a little while. We'll stretch out the hands. So I've been doing these stretches with my hands recently. So I bring the thumb into the palm, clasp the thumb, and I'm just turning the knuckles towards the ground and then back up again. And this, you're going to feel this in the wrist. Nice stretch for the wrists. If you have any like tendinitis or anything in the wrist, then they say this is a good stretch to do. And then we're going to bring the fingers together. So my fingertips are touching, so it's like you're making the shape of the sphere. I don't know if you can see that sphere with the hands. And we're going to push the fingers into each other as much as you can while you're breathing. And then we just release that tension, but we're still touching the fingers together. Inhale. Exhale. You push the fingers into each other for a few breaths. And release. And then one more time, push. This is going to strengthen the hands and wrists out. And we release totally. We bring my toes are touching, we separate the knees, and we bring the hands between the legs, fingers pointing towards the feet. You guys know this stretch, I do this a lot with you, and this is going to give you a little bit more of a wrist stretch. So if you want more stretch, you bring the sit bones closer to the heels. You can even slide the hands a little bit further forward if you're not feeling much. Wrist stretch, also a bit of a forearm stretch for me. If it's too much of a stretch, you bring the sit bones up. Just do whatever feels good. When we do crow, there's a lot of weight on the wrists. If you have any wrist issues, probably crow is not the pose for you. So just find something different. You could hang out in a squat. You could do reclined pigeon, whatever. Then we're stretching the fingers out. I'm bringing the heel of the hand off the ground. Stretches all fingers. It's a good stretch. You're bringing life to the hands. I can feel that energy moving through the fingers and the arms. And then it doesn't stretch the thumb out. So usually I like to stretch the thumb out a little bit explicitly. So I'm pushing my left thumb into the palm of my right hand, just stretching that thumb out. I don't know if you can see. And then I'm going to stretch out the other thumb. And then the hands are nice and ready. So if you remember in crow, we come up slowly, we do not kick up. We just move our weight slowly until we float up. Come into a squat. My feet are fairly wide. My heels are sort of just in line with the hips, but my feet are pointing out. I'm pushing my upper arms into my legs. So there's good contact between the arms and the legs. My hands are wide, fingers are wide apart. So my little fingers are almost touching the outer edge of the mat. I then come onto my toes. Look forward all the time, don't tuck the chin. So I'm trying to get my knees pretty high up the legs. And then I lean onto my arms, leaning forward. And I just bring one leg up. I'm leaning forward a little bit more. Not kicking, I bring the other leg up, and then I try and bring the big toes together. I'm trying to squeeze the arms, I'm breathing. Always try and look forward. Don't tuck the chin. If you tuck the chin, you're going to land on your head, and then you slowly come down. A lot of core work, a lot of challenge. If you kick up, and I explain this most often when I'm trying to do crow, if you kick up, usually it's because people have got the weight too far back. So this tends to what happens a lot. If people be like this and they kick up, and this weight is too far back, you've got to bring that weight forward. Don't kick up. Just let those feet float up. You can let them float up together or one at a time. You're breathing. When you get into crow that way, usually the knees are slightly outside the arms. Another way to get into crow is from a standing position, where you try and get the knees, rather than outside the arm, they're actually into the arm. A little bit more challenging, but I'm trying to get them close to the armpits as possible. And then I just let my legs float up. A little bit more weight on the arms this way, and then you slowly come down. A lot of upper body strength needed for that pose, but it's going to build that upper body, so like a chicken and egg kind of thing. Okay, let's do pigeon. If you don't like pigeon, regular pigeon, you could do a reclined pigeon where you're on your back doing that figure 4. If your knees are good, regular pigeon should be fine. Come onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Bring the right leg up to the ceiling, extended down dog. And then we're going to work our way into pigeon. We're going to bring that right knee towards the right wrist. And my left foot is close to my my right foot is close to my left hip. My right knee is outside the line of my hip. Bring it in more centered if you need to, so that you don't feel any groin stretches that don't feel quite right. The next thing I'm doing, I'm tucking the toes of my back foot. I'm trying to walk that foot back, just finding the stretch that's good for me. So you do the same if you want. Next, the top of that back foot is on the mat. And if you want to glance back, try and keep that foot nicely lined up with the leg. Raised pigeon, nice straight line. Do not lean over. Do not lean over like this or like this. If you need a block underneath that right hip, go for it. Extended pigeon. We try and get length as we hinge forward and support the head. And just hang out here. Pigeon, you don't need to do a lot of work. Gravity's doing all the work for you most of the time. You can just totally relax, just letting that hip gently stretch out. The knee should be happy. If you feel any discomfort in that right knee, that front knee, please come out of the pose or modify the pose. If you want to, let's modify pigeon. So come up into raised pigeon. If you'd rather stay in extended pigeon and relax, that's fine. If you want a little bit more quad stretch, we take hold of that back foot. I'm taking hold of my left foot with my left hand. I take hold of the inside of the foot and I bring my hand onto the front of the foot, so I've got more leverage. Pull that foot in a little bit closer, getting into a deeper quad stretch. Take hold of the foot with the other hand. Now this time, you're not pulling the foot in, you're pushing the foot away. So there's a little bit of a tug of war here. And then we release. We come into down dog, we walk the dog. And then bring the left leg up, extended down dog. You're in extended down dog. I'm just going to change position so you can see what I'm doing on the other side more easily. Extended down dog, and then you're going to bring that left knee towards the right, left wrist, left foot towards the right hip. So raised pigeon, I'm tucking the toes of that back foot. I'm just going to walk that foot back a little bit. Just getting into a little deeper stretch. Keep the back nice and even, hips even, and then into extended pigeon, and you can bring the top of that back foot onto the mat, keeping the foot lined up with the leg, and relax. Head is supported. Back into raised pigeon. I'm going to take hold of that back foot. I bring my hand inside the foot and then my hand onto the front of the foot and pull that foot in. Then take hold of the foot with the other hand. This time I'm pulling the foot away, so the leg's doing a lot of work, and this time it adds a little bit of a twist. You're opening the chest. And then we release. We tuck the toes of the back foot, we come into downward facing dog, we walk the dog. We bring the knees down to the ground, and let's come into a seated position, and we're going to do a seated twist. So I'm pulling my right foot in, left foot is inside or outside the leg. You can extend that bottom leg if you want, and then we hug the knee, or we take the arm outside the leg, coming into that twist. Inhale as you get tall, exhale, twist. My left hand is behind, supporting me. Both shoulders relaxed, try not to hunch up the shoulders. Inhale, we unwind, we switch legs. So you want to try and keep that foot. So if the right leg is the top leg, The right foot should be solidly on the ground. If it's on the edge of the foot, bring the foot inside the other leg. We then, and usually I hug the knee and then bring the arm outside. My back is rounded to begin with, so I get a bit more leverage. Then I start to lengthen, try and soften the shoulders coming into that twist. Inhale, we unwind. Come onto your back. Pull the knees in. Rock from side to side. Bring the hands onto the knees. Little circles, one direction. Other direction. Bring both feet down to the ground. Knees bent, feet wider than hips. Arms either side of you, windshield wide. Knees from side to side. Inhale up, exhale down. Full body stretch. Legs extended, arms extended over the head, trying to get as much length as you can. Try and get a bit more length. Bit of a side stretch, getting into that banana shape. And then stretch out the other side of the body. Recenter. Supta Baddha Konasana. We walk the feet in, you bring the soles of the feet together. Eyes can be closed. You can rest the hands on the belly, gently on the legs, or just on the floor, whatever you prefer. And we're just letting those hips open. Gravity's doing the work for us. A little gentle encouragement with the hands if the hands are on the legs. If it bothers the hips, come out of the pose. Stay here longer if you want. If you're ready for Shavasana, extend the legs, arms either side of you, palms up, eyes closed, totally relax. Let's take 2 or 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Regular breathing. Try and keep focus on the breath. Stay present. Just let every part of the body sink into the ground. Every muscle relaxed. Face is soft. Maybe moisten the lips. Stay in Shavasana longer if you want. If you're ready to come out, walk the feet in and roll over to one side, keeping the eyes closed. Take a breath or two. Again, keeping the eyes closed, come into a seated position. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale as you bring the arms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I think we'll skip Oms today. Bring the hands to the forehead. Namaste.